This is on Thursday, the 20th of April 2022. While I'm talking, I'm going to be playing a game that I'll get into later in the video. So, I had driving lesson, obviously, and it's been 12 days since my last one, which is the longest gap between driving lessons, I think, because I was sick when we were supposed to have the last one Thursday. But anyway, I had it today and it went good for, a gap that big. I expect that my skills to drop because I'm constantly thinking, like, I don't want to take, if I end up actually, being able to drive and all that, I don't want to take a large gap between driving. I want to drive as much as I can just so I don't forget how to drive. Yeah, and sorry, I was playing with a pin there while I was talking. Yeah, but despite that, there were a couple things like, I'm trying to think where this is. Next to the fire station in Ards, we went there, and there was this, like, I don't even know what you would call the sort of road, but my first time doing that, didn't go good. And there was a bunch of, like, near, I don't want to say crashes, but this near screw-ups. But there were some good things, like, did a couple good 3-point turns, did a good reverse round quarter, a good park. Yeah. Why is it? Alright. That sound is actually the controller vibrating. But I'll get into it later. Beginning review, Terminator Underworld. It's good. It is so far the worst out of the Legends games, or the Legend timeline. And I feel like they tried to go for a dark theme, and it just didn't really work out. Yeah. Anyway, also beginning review, Spider-Man PS4 remastered, which from henceforth I'm going to call, or from now on I'm going to call Spider-Man ps5. And that's actually what I'm playing right now. It's good. The graphics are stunning. Also, since I've already played Spider-Man PS4, this review is going to be, well, the review's basically over, that's all I have to say. But, when it comes to the middle and end review, and also this review, I am talking exclusively about the remaster, since I've already played the original. Anyway, this is memes as of 5 p.m. The music in this first meme has been used by @Duck, because @Duck is the person that's uploaded this. I've also heard it been used by Paul Joseph Watson. I guarantee you that Paul Joseph Watson is not @Duck. So, this music, my point is, you cannot take me down for copyright for this. Yeah, the FBI has been caught multiple times, basically going up to people online and going, hey, you like doing crime? I like doing crime. You want to go do some crimes together? To try and trick people into, like, admitting to crimes to arrest them. So, yeah.
My mom went ahead and bought a new sound system. and I loved it. You could feel the bass. It was so strong. The windows were shaking. It felt so good. So one day, we stopped by the store. I didn't care about the store, so I stayed in the car. And my mother went into the store. And I sat there and I was bored. And I thought, oh yeah, we have the new system. I turned it on. I turned it all the way up and I loved it. I could feel the car shaking. I was having so much fun. I was dancing. One car drove by. And there's a stranger, a man, and he rolled down his window and he looked at me. And I was just imagining. He must be like, wow, you have such a nice system. You must be playing a great song. And I was like, yeah. And I started dancing to him. And another person pulled up. It was a woman. Same thing. I pointed at her and kept dancing. And I was like, I wonder what this song is. And when my mother came out of the store, she started laughing. She came and sat next to me. And I was like, what am I listening to? You're listening to NPR Talk Radio.
Smell the grass.
Board up plane today with my son and mid-flight. The pilot announced that the mask mandate is over. Flight attendants pulled off their masks and sneezed directly into their hands while screaming, "This is MAGA airspace." My son turned to me in tears. I don't know what to do. Hi Jared, I'm a New York Times journalist. I love to speak to you over the phone about what happened. Sorry, I'm reading this from a distance. On your flight this evening, can you please give me a call at number, or let me know how I can reach you? Hope this isn't coming too late in your day. Thank you, look forward to hearing from you. Hello Victoria, I would love to discuss the incident at your earliest convenience. I was pretty upset about the whole thing. Unfortunately, it's satire that only someone at the New York Times would believe. In my time of contemplation, I was wondering how your team deals with the multitude of false stories that you peddle out daily to use as political propaganda, and if you could give me advice on how to take my satire to the next level. Best wishes. Yeah, it was believable right until the sneeze directly into the hands. That's when, like, everyone should have known that it was satire.
God is non-binary. God is queer.
Right. I've already heard Ben's take on this, and I know people are going to be like, oh, of course you follow Ben Shapiro. But I just, I saw that in my feed, and I saved it for later, because it was when I was driving up the driving lesson. I didn't drive myself. My mum drove me up, but I saw Ben's take, and Ben's take is basically my take. Like, I formed the take in my head while watching the video, and then Ben said his take, and it was basically the same as me, just he was able to articulate it more, because Ben Shapiro was smarter than me. Just, God is non-binary, but the thing about, like, my opinion was God is non-binary. He doesn't have a gender. Well, God doesn't have a gender, but you can't call him non-binary. But I didn't really have a reason why. Ben provides a reason, and it is great. As for God being queer, God is not queer. God does not have a sexuality. If you want to call God something, call God asexual. Don't call him queer, dumbass.
God is non-binary. God is queer. God is autistic.
How is God autistic? I'm gonna assume that what you mean by autistic is that, God is not normal. That's not really. If that's what you mean, then no, God is normal, because God created everything. Therefore, God is normal, because He's the creator of everything. Whatever.
God is non-binary. God is queer. God is autistic. Let me unpack that for you.
Please.
God is non-binary because God is the author of gender. God is genderless and genderful. They are neither male nor female, and they are both. They refer to themselves both as male and female throughout the text, and yet theology would tell us that God does not have gender. So by definition, God is non-binary.
I look like a jackass.
There's a difference between saying God has no gender and between saying God is non-binary. Non-binary is a specification that God exists within gender. You're trying to box God into your terminology with regard to gender, and it does not apply. Also, I've noticed that you're not respecting God's pronouns, because God very often refers to himself as male in the biblical text.
So you would know when I tell you this, I get messages while we're in the air from the company. We just got a message that says the Transportation Security Administration is no longer enforcing masks. All passengers and employees, masks are optional. Take them off, make yourself comfortable. So you would know when I tell you this, I get messages while we're in the air.
Okay, so I'm going to quickly read Brown Bear, so you're all not soaking wet.
And they're not going to let me read it all.
I'll let you, here, you can start us off.
All right.
Okay, just stay.
She's telling me just sit, don't move. She's a teacher.
I'm the teacher, you know.
Happy Easter. All right.
Wait. Okay, so I'm going to quickly read.
This DMs as of 11 past. I